I wanted to move on to some of the transfers, Lee. One of the first ones, one of the big ones out right now, is £92 million bid for Declan Rice at the end of West Ham's window. There's sort of a gentleman's agreement. They won't start bidding until they've played their final, which is fair. But there's also talk in conjunction with Partey maybe leaving. Italian clubs interested. What's your take on that? If you were to bring in someone like Rice, I know you rate Rice. I rate Rice quite highly. If you bring him in, but someone like Thomas Partey leaves, is that not just... You could argue slightly improving. I think Declan Rice is better. But you're not then just sort of... Is it one in, one out, and you're not really improving the squad? Is that the kind of business you want to see done? Or not really? Like, you want to see people like Partey stay, I assume.
Well, yeah, I'd like Partey to stay, but let's be real. He's been part of 2 bottle jobs back to back. And he's disappeared for... last season, to be fair, he was injured for the last 8 games, I think. But we weren't winning the league, and we went from 5th to 4th. And this season, he's disappeared. Literally just disappeared. He's not the only one, but we're talking about him before anyone else starts crying. Oh, why are you picking on him? Yeah, there's quite a lot of them that have disappeared. But this is what this football club is, Terry. Yeah, it's a football club that's not serious. It's a football club that's just going to go out there, buy one top signing. Everyone are overhyped Declan Rice into being the best midfielder on the planet. Yeah, they'll make out he's insane and brilliant and this and that. And listen, I like Declan Rice. Yeah, but they'll make out he's brilliant. Don't worry, we've got El Neni as backup. No, we'll get rid of a couple of the other players, like Sambi Lukonga maybe. Right, and we're going by a couple of other unknowns that everyone will hype up into oblivion, and around we go, not winning a title again. Yeah, Declan Rice, 92 million. I don't know why it's 92 million. David Ornstein told me on the 25th of January it was 75 to 85. He told the whole world that. Yeah, conveniently, the day after we'd had a third or second bid rejected for Caicedo. Weird that, isn't it? Yeah, so why is it suddenly now 7 million more than the highest price David Ornstein told us we were going to get him for? Why after he'd given his word, because that was another one that I heard in January. So I've got all the receipts, mate, for when this don't happen. Yeah, I've got all the receipts for when he don't sign for Arsenal. Yeah, and we got told he'd given his word. So why are his family, who are his agents, speaking to Bayern Munich then? They've already had conversations with Bayern Munich. So why? He's given his word to Arsenal. Surely the conversation should have been, no, he's given his word to Arsenal, that's it. Like, it's a load of tosh. Like, for me, it's a load of rubbish. And why are we keeping a gentleman's agreement and not speaking to him until the final? Yeah, his representatives are speaking to Bayern then. What's that all about? How comes Bayern can speak to him, but we can't? Why did we have a gentleman's agreement, but they didn't?
So
all of this just makes no sense.
Hang on. So Arsenal have spoke to the player. That's not what they're claiming. What they're stating is West Ham are just essentially have said, look, we'll sit down, we'll negotiate, but we're not entering into that, and we'd rather you not make any official bids until after we've finished our season, because we want all focus to be on the game. We don't want distractions getting in the way. And it looks as though I'm only going by what the media said around that. But I look at this way. Look, 92 million is a good price for the player. It's going to be a structured deal, which means you're not paying it all up front, like most deals are structured over that time. What's really interesting as well is that Chelsea are also looking at Caicedo now, and we'll kind of move on to that in a minute. Saka's also signed a new deal, though. Big deal, £288,000 a week. I know you said earlier you don't really care about like how much. You know, I sure a bit like me. I think he's worth that in the longer term. I think he's going to keep getting better for you. But it's almost a case of re-signing people like him, getting the Declan Rices in. But you can't be allowing surely too much quality to leave the club this summer. That's got to be key.
Why? They've won nothing. They've won nothing. They've won nothing. Yeah, Bukayo Saka, I couldn't care less how much money he's getting paid. Yeah, I couldn't care less how much it costs for Declan Rice. I'm just taking the piss out of it. Yeah, because we was all told it was a different fee. Yeah, but with Bukayo Saka, I couldn't care less how much he's getting paid. Yeah, but the one thing I will say is if he is getting paid close to 300 grand a week, he better not disappear for the last 8 games of next season, like he's done for the last 2 seasons. Yeah, because that's you're the top boy, you're one of the top earners in the league. You better perform like one then. And not only that, like genuinely, I couldn't care less if most of this squad leave, Terry. I genuinely couldn't care. Real talk. I'd like Partey to stay. I'd like some of the others, Martinelli to stay. Yeah, Tierney to stay. Yeah, I've Saliba to stay. But ultimately, yeah, they've won nothing. We've won 1 FA Cup, and Bukayo Saka didn't even play in the final.
So when you say that, though, I understand when you say they've won nothing. So if Partey was to leave this summer because he's won nothing, that it doesn't bother you that he's leaving because he's won nothing.
What's he won? What's he helped us achieve? The biggest bottle job in Premier League history that would be mentioned for years and years and years, because nobody's ever going to be top for 93% of the season and not win it, Terry. Yeah, and at the top 5 most percentages being at the top of the Premier League, we have 4 of them being at the top without winning it. We are 4 out of 5, and the one that's the odd one out is Liverpool, yeah, who only lost 1 game that season, and Man City were just relentless. Yeah, so they've helped us win nothing. Why do I care if they leave?
So, but the reason I say, because I think the reason why I think you should care is because what you can go on to achieve. An example I give is this: in the first season that Pep was at City, they won no trophies. In the previous season, they signed KDB. In that summer that Pep came in, they signed John Stones and they signed Gundogan, to name 2 stars that are still stars now. They didn't just go, right, none of them, they didn't win us the league this year. KDB didn't win us the league last year or this year. Therefore, let's be happy to sell them. You keep adding to your quality. And I think Thomas Partey is a quality player. So I would just be a little bit worried about letting the good elements of your team go, because you're building towards winning titles. You can't just go, right, we didn't win one league this year. Let's get rid of 2 or 3 of our best players. What you need to do is add even more quality on top of those and go again, surely.
Well, yeah, in an ideal world, Terry, but Arsenal don't do things in an ideal world. They do things in fantasy world. Yeah, they do things upside down and back to front. You know, like, I'm not being funny. How's Aaron Ramsdale got a brand new contract? He's been part of a top 4 bottle job and a Premier League bottle job. Now, with still years left on his current contract, here's a pay rise. Yay. Why? Why is Reece Nelson being offered a new 4-year contract with an option of a 5th? Why? He's out of contract next month. Why are we giving this guy a contract? Again, it's a cost-cutting exercise. Cheaper to keep Reece Nelson and give him 50 grand a week or 60 grand a week than it is to go and buy a proper right winger or left winger. So yeah, to help Saka out and to rotate and add to your squad. Reece Nelson has been at this football club for how long? How many times has he been injured?
I get Reece Nelson, but why does that account for Aaron Ramsdale, who's a very good goalkeeper, that's going to keep getting better over the course as he gets older?
What makes you think he's going to keep getting better? Oh, hold on. Stop right there. Okay. Did everyone say the same about Dele Alli? Dele Alli, there, the trajectory he's on. Scored 20 goals or 18 goals in the season. Yeah, and he's scoring for England and this and that, blah, blah, blah. Oh, he's only going to get better. What makes you think that? Yeah, because all I've seen is Aaron Ramsdale get progressively worse for the last 10 games. Yeah, so what makes you think he's going to get better next season? Listen, he might get better. Yeah, but just going off of the fact that he's young and he's English and he's playing for his club.
I don't care about his national. So I'm trying to understand your logic here. So if you've got a player, no matter how talented he is, how much he was rated, no matter how well he starts, if he has 2 good years and then an okay season and his contract's got 18 months left, you wouldn't ever renew. You think, no, it doesn't matter how good he might be, get rid and start again with somebody new.
No. Terry, what I'm saying is Aaron Ramsdale, I'm pretty sure, signed a 4 or 5 year contract when he signed for Arsenal.
Right.
It's a 4 or 5 year contract. So why are we giving this guy an extra 2 years?
Because your club clearly believes that he's going to go on to be a top goalkeeper.
No, because they're protecting the value of the player.
Yes,
yeah, that's what they're doing. They're protecting the value of the player, and they may believe that he's going to go on and be great. Cool. Yeah, well, mate, he's been part of the biggest bottle job in the Premier League history. Yeah, and he's been absolutely dog shit for 10 games. Okay. Yeah, and last season he was exactly the same in the last 10 games. So for me, that shows a mentality issue there, not just for him, but for a lot of these players, and they're all being rewarded with pay rises. Make it make sense.
So you would rather the club. So what?
Can I just stop you right there? This guy in the chat says best season for 20 years. Well done, mate. Do we get a parade for that? You've been chatting absolute shit in this comment section all afternoon, mate. Yeah. Do we get a parade for the best season in 20 years? It's not the best season in 20 years. It's how dense you are. Because 19 years ago, mate, this lot lifted the title. What are you chatting about? Best season in 20 years.
So I understand that. I suppose that
we had a better season 3.5 years ago, 4 FA Cups ago, when we won the actual FA Cup.
I get that. I think the thing about go back to the point about Ramsdale. The problem that you've got is if you never redo deals and protect value of players or extend their contract.
You redo deals, Terry, based on progress of the player. Has that player progressed since last season? No. That's it.
So no new deal for him?
I wouldn't have given Ramsdale a new deal. No way in a million years. Wait until the end of next season. Let's see if you actually can see it out for a season. Yeah, let's not pretend that. Sorry, this is supposed to be an elite level football club. This is not like an educational centre for England goalkeepers or for a manager's career, a training facility for managers' careers or players' careers. This is an elite level sports club and the aim is supposed to win. What has he won? Nothing. So why are we offering him and him signing a new contract on more money when he's failed to win anything in 2 seasons being here, when he still has 2 years left on his current deal? Why? Makes no sense. He's won nothing in 2 seasons. All he's done is embarrass or be part of an embarrassing season this season. Yeah, the biggest bottle job ever in Premier League history. And he was part of a team that went from 4th to 5th last season when we were 4 points clear with 3 to play. And here we go. So you
would sign a new goal. You would look at buying a new goalkeeper and a better 100%, goalkeeper.
100%.
Who's the kind of goalies you think would improve?
Well, the AC Milan goalkeeper seems all right, so maybe we should look at him. Yeah, what about him? He looks all right, and he won a title last season. Maybe go and get him. Yeah, there's loads of goalkeepers out there. Let's not pretend that this goalkeeper is the only goalkeeper we can have, Terry.
No, I'm not. I'm asking for you. I'm asking for your. I'm trying to understand what you would do. So you're not going to give him a new deal.
Oblak's a decent goalkeeper. Why can't we go and get him?
So what I'm saying is, Lee, is you're saying like don't give certain players new deals. You wouldn't. The only reason you wouldn't want to give them a new deal is because you don't personally believe that they're good enough for you. So
no, it's not. It's not necessarily that, Terry. It's rewarding failure when you still have term left on your contract. I'm not just talking about the last year. Obviously, I understand you want to protect your asset. I get that. Yeah, but giving this guy a new contract when he's not in the last year of his or going into the last year of his contract, giving him more money and an extra 2 years on top of the current 2 years that he had left. I'm sorry, mate. Yeah, that is a disgrace. Why are we giving that guy a pay rise? For what? What have you achieved in the 2 years you've been in goal for Arsenal? Nothing. You've won nothing.
So when it comes to like the Salibas and the Sakas, forget the monetary amount, but the Salibas and the Sakas and the Martinellis, they haven't won anything either. But you have more. I assume you have more belief in them and the levels they're going to get to.
I think I may be wrong in saying this, but I'm pretty sure Martinelli's our top goal scorer this season. Yeah. Is he our top goal scorer this season? He's progressively getting better. This goalkeeper, is he progressively getting better? I'm not so sure. Yeah. Saka is progressively getting better. Yeah. Saka is also going into the last year of his contract. William Saliba has progressively got better every season he's played football. He's also going into the last year of his contract. I totally get it with them players. But a goalkeeper, for me, that has still got 2 years left on his current contract, being given a brand new contract on more money, I think shambolic. Yeah, I think that's just pathetic. Yeah, wait another season until he then goes into the last year. Yeah, and then see what he does next season. Yeah, but we should be looking to get a better goalkeeper than him anyway. Yeah, we should be looking to get a better goalkeeper too. We should always be looking to improve every position on the team.
And I absolutely fundamentally understand that, and I absolutely do. I suppose it comes down to areas of priority.
Ramsdale's not the worst goalkeeper, and I'm not saying he's a bad goalkeeper, but has he progressively got better in the 2 years? No, he ain't. I don't think he has. So why are we rewarding that with a new contract with more money? Look at Granit Xhaka, for example. Yeah, Granit Xhaka. We know what happened against Palace all them years ago. But then he goes to a World Cup or a Euros. I think it was the Euros, yeah? It was the Euros. He sits there flirting with Roma in every press conference for Switzerland. He doesn't get the move, comes back, signs a new contract on more money. Now we're getting the Champions League. Woohoo. Redemption for Xhaka. I think these people have forgot he was part of the biggest embarrassing defeat in our history in Europe, the 10-2 against Bayern. He played in them games. I think everyone's forgotten that, by the way. And now he wants to leave. So the club stood by him, put out all this PR on All or Nothing for him, where him and his wife are crying in their house. Oh, poor Xhaka gets abused online. Come and have a look at the comments here every Tuesday. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Give him a contract after he flirts with Roma. And now, see you later. So, Terry, these people are disposable employees. Getting emotionally attached to these people is one of the worst things you can do. Yeah, because ultimately, at some point, they leave your football club. Yeah, so getting emotionally attached to a disposable employee who's there to serve a purpose. Yeah, and that purpose is to win your club trophies. Yeah, getting emotionally attached to these people is just ridiculous. You're laughing. Why are you laughing? Am I saying anything that's wrong here?
Sometimes you make me laugh. I didn't say it was wrong. I said it was funny. That's why I'm laughing. You do make me laugh. It's make
true, though, right? Why people, at some point, these players, Terry, I've supported this club over 30 years, 35, 36 years, yeah? I think there's only maybe one person at this football club, maybe one, that is still here when I started supporting the club. David O'Leary, one of the ambassadors of the football club. It's the only one still here, mate. Yeah, so why do these people sit there and get emotionally attached? Oh, you can't slag off Odegaard, who scored 15 goals. Have you seen the teams he scored against this season, by the way? Have you seen the teams he scored against? Yeah.
We've got some super chats.